Welcome to the show. I'm your host, Connor Rose, and this is the Nerdic Gods podcast, episode 246. Joining me as always, Daniel Navaroli.
What's up, gamers? What's going
Daniel,
on?
how you doing?
I'm good. I got some sparkling mineral water right now.
I thought you were chugging a beer earlier. I was like, damn,
Is that
this
what you
dude's,
thought?
this dude's going for it. Let's go.
Yeah,
Breaking out the
that's
Modelo's.
That's Daryl. Not me.
Go put your sunglasses on. Let's be Daryl. Break out some
Hey,
Coronas.
Daryl is a busy man.
He's
Is
busy.
doing his own thing.
Breaking bottles and fucking models. I get it.
That's facts right there. That's all he does.
Daniel, I'm really glad neither of us are Sonic freaks.
I mean, you don't know what I do in my off hours.
Yeah, what do you do in your
You don't want to know. Actually, I don't think I have this
you
on
turn
my
around
phone.
and walk away. You got a tail on. Like, Jesus.
How's that staying?
Just poking out your jeans. Like, what the fuck?
I actually do want the Sonic amiibo though. His amiibo is pretty cool.
Oh, that's
He's kind of like running.
I guess I didn't even think that he had one. Yeah, I guess he would.
Oh,
Right?
almost all
DLC
of them do,
character.
yeah. I think Sloan might have the Sonic amiibo. I'd have to look at his stuff.
There's like another multiverse though, where I am a Sonic freak. I guess my brother was like super into Sonic when we were kids, and
Sonic's fine. What makes Sonic
his
even
fans
better?
aren't.
No, its fans are.
Yeah, his fans are fucking crazy.
Yeah, the music though, some of the best music in games.
The music's great. I agree.
Yeah,
Terrifying, but it's.
music's terrifying.
I mean, just that fucking when you're running out of air when you're underwater.
Oh,
That's the scariest
drowning sound
in video games by far. I just beat Silent Hill 2 remake, and that was nowhere near as terrifying as that fucking sound.
You walk into a room in the remake, and it's just Sonic drowning.
Oh my god! You go underwater and it starts making that noise. Oh, dude, that'd be truly terrifying.
Yeah.
You want to give someone a truly terrifying experience, put Sonic in VR and then put that noise in. You're underwater in first person. Oh god, be puking all over the place. I've never worn a VR headset. I really gotta try one at some point.
I'm lucky that my brother has had a couple of headsets.
Yeah,
he's big into VR, so going over the house, I could try it on. So I've tried PSVR, the Oculus, and then one of the Quests, I think. Yeah. So I've at least tried some VR. I can't imagine Sonic in VR.
no, that sounds like too much.
I would probably want to jump out a window.
That Batman game looks pretty dope, actually.
Yeah.
I was looking at gameplay though. I was like, oh, this actually looks pretty cool.
Pretty well.
It's like the video I was watching specifically. It was some dude dressed as Batman, and he was just punching people with the VR headset on. I'm like, oh god, cool. That's fucking too much. I guess you move by punching people though. There's no actual walking in the game, so it'll walk for you, except when you're in combat situations, then you're punching people to move forward. So if you want to punch the guy over there, you simply swing and he goes way over there. Looks kind of interesting. Got good reviews. I was kind of shocked by that.
Yeah, it's got pretty good reviews. Yeah,
man, it's at an 85 or something on OpenCritic.
They did the Iron Man VR, and I mean that didn't get nearly as good of reviews as this, but that was a good game too, and it seems like they game a lot.
Yeah, it seems like they're getting a little bit better at it.
Yeah, VR is interesting because there are 2 VR games I'd like to play, but I don't want to play them in VR. I want to play Half-Life Alyx and I want to play the Astrobot game.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't want to play the VR version of those games.
Yeah, I wonder if they'd ever port that Astrobot game, or I wonder if it's just so integrated with VR that they couldn't even do it.
They ported. This is, I guess, a little bit different, but the Trover Saves the Universe has a similar concept. And they ported that game to just console, where I don't know if you've seen Trover VR. It's similar to where you're like a dude with a controller guiding Trover, similar to that with Astrobot. I guess they would just have to put in the work and the time to do that.
Yeah,
you'd still have to be the dude with the controller in the game, but get rid of the VR stuff.
Yeah,
they could do it probably. Will they? I don't know. Probably not.
Yeah, probably.
Half-Life Alyx, I want even more.
Yeah, Half-Life Alyx would be
I just want to have
awesome.
a new Half-Life game.
Yeah, it's the only game I ever watched the whole playthrough of, just because I was so interested.
Yeah,
but yeah, I would play the shit out of that. Will they ever get to Half-Life 3 now? Yeah,
I mean, there's a rumor that that's what they've been doing.
There's a rumor that they're working on it, right? So I don't know. Maybe.
I mean, clearly,
they bought that whole team, right, for something. And it's not like that team making that multiplayer game that Valve it has like secretly not announced, but everyone's playing it or whatever.
Well, they bought the other team too, the Campo Santo.
Yeah, that's the team I'm talking about.
Oh, they helping with that multiplayer game?
No, I'm saying they're not. They're clearly they wouldn't be the team that's working on that, right? Yeah, so it's like, okay, what's that side of Valve making? You know,
what was the name of their game?
The one that got canceled. That like Egyptian one in the desert or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, like archaeologist or something.
I can't remember. That would have been cool. I kind of wish it did come out, just because I liked Firewatch, right?
Yeah, so Firewatch is great.
Yeah, I would have liked to see what that team did next, but they're just stuck in the trenches of Valve doing God knows what.
Nothing. Making money, I guess.
Just make Portal 3, god damn it.
That's all we need. Oh, you need to make all 3 of them have a 3, right? Well, I guess 4 of them. You need Portal 3, Half-Life 3, Team Fortress 3, Left 4 Dead 3.
Yeah.
Can we all of them get a 3?
I mean the 3s. Put it all in one in an orange box too.
Oh my god! Imagine
that'd be great. That'd be fucking great.
All 4 of those. Orange. I'd be like a $200 bundle.
I'd pay for it. I'd easily pay for it.
I would too.
You could charge $70 for each of those games in that bundle, and then sell the whole fucking bundle. I don't know what that is because I can't do math. I think it was like $280, I guess. So, yeah. I'd pay that. I'd easily pay that. Go ahead, Valve. Do it.
Yeah, I would for sure do that.
Yeah. Now, would it be a Steam exclusive? Because that's what I'm like.
You would hope.
Fucking kill me. If like they announced Half-Life 3 and it was PC only, I would go out of my way to buy like a souped up PC. You know, I would save up.
That would be the game?
Yeah, that would be the game, 100%.
That or Portal?
That or Portal, yeah. Any of those, yeah. If they did that, that would be the game. I'd get into PC gaming then.
It's it. You just throw your consoles away.
Fuck it. Whatever, at that point. Don't need anything else. Got Half-Life 3.
If I could transfer all my libraries into like one, you know, even if it was a PC, put it all on Steam, I'd do that.
That'd be nice.
Yeah.
It'd be awesome if they could somehow calculate every game you've ever bought throughout your entire life and then put it in one giant library.
They go into your brain.
Yeah, go into your brain somehow. Fucking.
What did he play?
Get up in there. I don't know. They're working on that, right? Chip in your brain. Figure this out. Elon Musk doing something. I don't know what the fuck he's doing, but whatever. You seen those robots?
What, the Boston Dynamics robots?
No, the Tesla robots.
No,
you haven't seen that. They look like iRobot. Kind of creepy.
No, we don't need to be doing that.
And he's doing it.
No, he needs to not be doing anything.
They apparently do like household chores, like laundry and shit now, or something. Interesting.
No,
interesting.
I'm good.
No, we're heading there. We're heading there, bro.
Yeah, I'm good.
We're going.
I don't need that. Elon Musk needs to just stop doing anything. Just go away.
I saw a Cybertruck the other day in real life. It was in the grocery store parking lot. Oh yeah, he drives around like an asshole.
Yeah, I'm like, please crash.
Yeah, he's fine.
No, they like
everyone else is. Are they like bad cars? Like do they?
Oh yeah,
they get wrecked. Yeah.
Awful.
Okay. Yeah. They look like, I don't know. Like in person, it looked like something straight out of Halo. I was like, oh my god, what are we doing here? Like, what is this? How's this allowed to exist? I don't know.
They're stupid and ugly.
They are very ugly. Daniel, another busy week in the world of video games.
Yes. Yes, it has.
Not really. Been all right.
The past few weeks have. This was a slightly slower week.
First up, then. Less than 2 years after opening, Netflix has decided to shut down one of its AAA studios. The studio consisted of big names such as Joseph Staten, who was formerly worked at 343, and Bungie, also the lead art director from Sony Santa Monica, and one of the producers of Overwatch. They all worked there, and all 3 of them now are confirmed to no longer be working at the studio, and it is, I guess, assumed that the entire studio has closed down. Those 3 gone.
Yeah.
Seem to be the 3 major names. They out, so... seemed like Netflix dipping out of this whole AAA thing all of a sudden. Very interesting because I think a couple years back they were kind of making a few acquisitions left and right.
We were excited for that.
Yeah, I think we were all kind of like, oh shit, these guys might be a major player in the publishing space and just in gaming in general. But it seems like they're kind of slowing down now a little bit, backing out. I know they still got Night School Studio and whatnot, so maybe they just end up sticking to. Yeah, they're smaller though, so it's like I don't know. And those games, I mean, I guess we're just getting into it. Those games will run well on Netflix, right? Through streaming, through cloud, and all that.
Yeah,
Somewhat well,
mobile.
at least, in mobile and all that. You know, it's this seemed to be going the more AAA route, and I believe there's rumored to be a big multiplayer thing, and that sounds like if they were trying to make like some sort of Halo-like game, which you think they kind of were with Joseph Staten being hired there, that would have been rough, right? Especially right now with cloud technology and just streaming technology in general. You don't want to be running a big multiplayer thing on there.
Yeah, I think they. Correct me if I'm wrong. When we initially talked about this, when they first got Joseph Staten on, um, wasn't it supposed to be like a multimedia, transmedia, like IP that they were going to be doing, where they were
I
going
think
to do like a
so.
Netflix show and then
Yeah.
like maybe some other media, and then the game, and then have this big universe. Like I thought that's what they were pitching
Maybe
initially.
we were
So
just assuming that because it's Netflix and you'd think they would want to do
yeah,
that, right? Try to cash in on everything. I'm surprised they haven't announced like an Oxenfree show at this point, type of thing.
yeah, like an animated show. That'd be
Yeah,
sick.
yeah. Like I wouldn't be shocked at all to see one of Night School Studios properties pop up in the TV space, just because you are on their Netflix. That is what you do, and you might as well try to build out an entire universe through games, right? And
Yeah.
then obviously through TV and movies.
Yeah, I'm curious now where like these like I don't remember the Overwatch guy that they got, but I do know the other two, Staten and I think it's Ralph Grassetti, right? Isn't that the I think that's the guy from Sony Santa Monica. He's like
Yeah, I remember
super
talking about
awesome.
them.
Yeah, he's like super awesome for concepts and stuff. Like his artwork is incredible. Like these guys are huge names. They're gonna go somewhere else. Like how do you not like hire Joseph Staten, you know?
Right.
Like I don't see like let him run some studio like 343. Why can he get him back? I don't know. Or not 343. What are they? Halo Studios now?
Halo Studios, yeah.
Can he get him back now? That'd be cool. I doubt it, but it sounds like he wants to do his own thing.
Yeah, I suppose that's kind of the big question here, right? Obviously, unfortunate that whole studio gets closed down. Who knows how many people were actually working there and all, and how far they even got, right? I mean, Joseph Staten only got hired last spring, 2023 spring. So, I mean, what, 18 months about it's only been. So, they couldn't have got super far on a big project, right? Especially if he was the one creating it or was the lead on it, trying to create this new universe, right? So, yeah, I don't know. I guess the question would be where do those guys go from there? It's does Joseph Staten want to go back to Halo? Does the art director from Sony Santa Monica want to go back there and work on more God of War games or whatever the hell Sony Santa Monica's working on? I guess we'll have to see. Maybe they just want to go and do something else. I don't know. Wouldn't be shocked to see Joseph Staten start up his own thing at this point. Maybe he
Too
wants.
many of that, I think, right now.
Yeah, there's a fuck ton of that, but like you just said, there's a lot of that. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Joseph Staten throw his name in there too
That's
and
true.
do another one, right? So I don't
Maybe they
know.
work together and they start their own studio or
Yeah,
something.
yeah,
All
maybe
three
they
of
do
those
that.
guys.
Yeah, it's kind of possible to say, right? Like maybe he's sick of Halo, maybe the art director from Sony Santa Monica is sick of God of War, and they don't want to go back and do that. So, but certainly big talented names, and anyone would be lucky to have them, right?
For sure. For sure. Yeah, I guess what do we think like the Netflix is doing? Are they like only going to be doing mobile and like small games and things that you can cloud stream, or do we think that this just wasn't working, but they still might have ambitions to do like double A and triple A stuff?
Yeah, yeah, I don't know. It's a good question, right? Because I do think we'll be there eventually with the whole cloud streaming thing, to where we can all play big AAA games through streaming, but we're just not quite there yet. And Stadia was way too early. Netflix, they have the perfect platform for it because already
I
everyone
mean,
already has Netflix, right?
they're one of the first big streaming things, period.
Right.
I guess they, streaming movies and TV.
Yeah. It's just we're not there yet in the AAA space, so I would have liked to see Netflix just hold off and just keep working in the background on these big AAA things. So, like, why couldn't this game have just been your traditional played everywhere, not on streaming, and then obviously test the waters with streaming in it, but also have it be able to be downloaded on PS5, Xbox, and all that, and then just quietly in the background keep working on the streaming thing. And 10 years from now or whatever, when streaming is a more acceptable way to play these AAA games, then you can go full board and start picking up more studios, making more studios then, and then really delve into gaming.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I thought that this was gonna be, but I don't know.
I think they just expect too much too soon would be my guess. You know, it's a lot like Stadia. Like you guys just delved out way too early. You know, it's like obviously they were too early with the technology anyways, but you guys are also dipping out too early. You're not giving it the time it needs to succeed.
Yeah, I mean they're like it's not like they're brand new to the game sphere, you know, but do they just not know? We talk about this and we've been talking about this like the entire run of the show is like of how many of these new tech companies are trying to get into the industry and like seemingly don't realize like how much money and effort and manpower it takes to make a game, you know, or even to make a studio to make a game. It takes so much time, effort, all of that money to do that. It just seems like, is this just another victim of that?
Yeah.
You know, like, do they realize they got these people and they're like, wait, it's going to cost how much more to keep this going? And we still don't have like a product to put out.
Right.
And like, I don't know. I hope it's not that, because that's definitely not a good sign.
Right. Hundreds of millions of dollars, and you got to take your time, and you're not getting that back for many years, you know? So it's like you really...
They're already losing money on their streaming service.
Right. And it's just crazy they don't realize that before they get into it, or so it seems, you know? It's just like, how do you guys, like, are you not doing your proper research? Like, I don't... Me and you could tell you that.
Yeah, I don't even make games.
We're two random dudes, you know? It's like, it takes a long fucking time, and it's a lot of money, and it's a lot of effort. I mean, the payoff is worth it, right? Video games make more money than TV and movies, right? They're the biggest entertainment industry property, right? Like if you make it big in video games, you can eventually make more money than any of those things, but it takes time, takes effort, takes a lot of work going. Right? So yeah, I don't know. It's a good point. It's a good question. I don't know. Yeah, I remember theorizing like Netflix could buy like you know, big studios before, like CD Projekt Red. Like they have a close relationship with them and stuff like that. Like I wouldn't have been shocked to have seen that, but now it's just like, okay, you guys clearly don't want to put the money and the effort in.
Yeah, or minimize how much risk they take. I don't know. Like that's at least acquiring something. It costs a lot up front, but you have that machine that can keep going already. Sure. Like they know how to make a game. Right, like I don't think CDPR at this point, as the publisher, not even just like the Witcher team, you know, all of that entire publishing arm, I don't think they want to be sold at this point. It seems like they're pretty content on being independent. But say that they do buy them, like that's like they have how many teams under them, like 8 or something like that, like. That's a whole machine into itself, you know. That's like buying ZeniMax, you know. Like that's a whole machine. It's going to take a lot to buy them, but you can just let them do their own thing. That's at least some upfront cost, but I don't think Netflix even wants to do that right now.
Sure.
Maybe just partner with smaller indies and
be more a publisher. Maybe that is the plan, right? Is just let's just stay smaller for a long time, you know. Keep it with the Night School Studios type of level of studio, especially if you're going to make acquisitions, but then also just publish games under that front, right? It's like, I don't team up, pick a good indie studio and then publish one of their games next or something like that. If you want to kind of stick with it with games until streaming technology gets better, and you know, then we actually can stream big AAA games. Because I don't know, I just think I mean that is kind of where we're going still, right? It's like we will get there eventually, but just not yet, right?
I think Netflix, what they need to do, if they don't want to go the AAA route right now, which is, you know, that seems like their choice right now, they need to take what Blumhouse is doing with the games. So they're taking really small budget games and they're selecting indies, you know, putting them on a platform, and they're going to just make their profit that way, just how Blumhouse does in the movies. You know, they really cheap budget movies, and they like quadruple, you know, 10 times the amount they make in the theater. So that's what they're doing with games, just working on small games, have them come out quick, working with all these indies, and then doing it that way. Netflix should be just doing that. Just work with all these smaller people, give them a platform. The budgets are really low, and the return could be really high.
Yeah, that's a great point. Didn't that Blumhouse game just come out? That the first one?
It either did or it's about to come out.
It's about to, yeah. I forget what it's called. Yeah. Looked interesting.
It's something Spotlight.
Something Spotlight.
Yeah, Spotlight something.
Okay.
It looked really cool. That's that like PS1 kind of
Yeah.
looking game. That game did look really cool.
Yeah, it did look dope. All right, cool. Well, yeah, we'll definitely keep an eye on Netflix, what they're doing, if they publish anything else. I wonder if Night School Studios got anything to announce soon. When was Oxenfree 2? That was last year, huh?
2 years ago? Last year?
I think it was last summer.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. So probably a little bit of ways out still.
Mm-hmm.
All right, continuing on then. Marvel Spider-Man 2 swings its way on a PC early next year on January 30th. Shout out to IGN for that terrible headline.
Oh, I thought you did that.
Nah, I just thinking of them. They had it written on their fucking thing. So I was like, we're gonna swing over and steal that one. Insomniac also confirmed they have no plans to release any future DLC for the game.
Sounds great to me.
Interesting stuff. Yeah, the DLC thing I actually find the most interesting because there were plans for the DLC in the leak Insomniac thing. So plans have changed apparently. They have canceled those plans, scrapped those plans. So I mean that leaves question what plans are still in place from the Insomniac leak? Is that Venom game still real? Because we still have heard nothing about that, and that was slated for 2025 in that leak. Is Wolverine still planned for 2026? That was in that leak as well. I guess everything's up in the air now. So, which way you want to take this?
Yeah, I think what this tells me, and I'm not really sure how you feel. Number one, I don't want the DLC anyways. That's a waste of your time for me. But I think what that will do now that they're not going to do any DLC is any of those workers that were working on the DLC, they can either all jump to Venom, or some of them could jump to Venom, some can jump to Wolverine, or even the next Ratchet game, right? They can just move on, have more people working on a different game. And I think that's probably for the best. Like, how many people realistically played the 3 DLCs for Spider-Man 1?
I would bet more people played it in Spider-Man Remastered when that came to PS5 at launch. I would bet more people played it there than actually bought the DLC on PS4 when they originally came out.
And that number's still probably pretty low.
Yeah, probably.
And I just think that's I don't know. DLC to me just seems like a waste of time. I guess it keeps people playing your game, but like your game is not really that much of a money making like live servicey game to keep them playing. So like I don't really know why you would need to do that.
Yeah, the Spider-Man DLC was super interesting because that, if you remember, that came out. It started the month after Marvel Spider-Man came out, and then the next one came out the next month, and then the next one came out like the month after that. So that one was always really weird to me because it was like, okay, clearly these are ready. Why didn't you just launch the game with these? And there were like post game too, like that was post Marvel Spider-Man, like the story of it. So it can kind of continue the story of Marvel Spider-Man. And I thought they were cool from that standpoint. Don't get me wrong, they were good DLC. I didn't need them, right? But like they were good DLC. I think the question with DLC in general is obviously people are buying them. Obviously why do they keep making them then? Alan Wake just came out with DLC. That game hardly sold. It's you guys just keep shitting out DLC here, so it's not that they're bad or anything, and I can't wait to play it. But in the next 11 years, like I said last week. But I just think the question is with DLC, like who is buying these, right? It's obviously for the hardcore fans, sort of. The hardcore fans of that franchise are buying these, and then they're clearly making money on them because they keep making them. Every game has DLC, right?
Yeah, I would just say stop making DLC and focus maybe more on putting your games out at a quicker pace.
Sure, but Insomniac, right? Not one of the studios that has that problem.
No, and they have a lot of people and they have a lot of different teams and they are pumping out games.
Yeah, I'm cool with it being canceled, and then whatever was in this or the story content that was playing in this, just put it in the Venom game, right?
Yeah.
I know it was supposed to be Carnage DLC, any spoilers for Spider-Man 2, I guess, but Carnage is like heavily teased in the side missions in that game, so it was like surrounded around Carnage a little bit with the DLC, and I'm assuming that would have kind of set up the Venom game a little bit more. So I kind of wonder if that all just is now in the beginning of the Venom game, and then kind of fills into that, and maybe we get a little bit longer of a Venom game out of that. If the Venom game's even still real, that's kind of what I'm questioning here. Is like, is that Venom game real? Is that actually going to come out? Or are we just going all hands on deck with Wolverine right now?
Yeah, yeah, it's a great question. You would think that it is, but like they already have Venom playable,
Right.
like from Spider-Man 2, so like yeah, I would think that it is, and then I would think that it's still that same cadence is what I would guess of 2025. I think they're just going to keep pumping things out. I would, if I'm going to guess, 2025, Venom, 2026, Wolverine, 2027, Ratchet.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I would guess. I know that's a pretty quick turnaround, but that's all different teams, so I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I'm still gonna stick with the leak, I guess, because that's just kind of all we have to go by. And that had it a bit further out, Ratchet. And
When was Ratchet in the league?
Ratchet wasn't until 2029, I believe.
2029?
Yeah, 29, and then Spider-Man 3 was 28. So I'm gonna guess that's the cadence we're going at here. You know,
Ratchet quicker. We don't need that much Marvel stuff.
Yeah, yeah. I do like the idea of having the 5 Marvel Spider-Man games out, all within that 10-year period. You know, of because you get first one 2028 or 2018, then Miles, Spider-Man 2, Venom, Spider-Man 3 in 2028, and that's then end it there. Like I do really like that idea. Just have that whole Marvel Spider-Man saga in a 10-year period. That sounds really nice to me. I think looking back on that, that'll be really nice. But yeah, I don't know. I don't need that much anyways. I mean, I could take a whole break from Marvel Spider-Man if they really wanted to, and just kind of focus on Wolverine or whatever right now. But
I mean, I told you that's what I want. I want them to like have a third Spider-Man game, and that's it. We're done. Move on, Insomniac. Like move on.
I really hope it's done after Marvel Spider-Man 3. Mm-hmm. Like I really hope it is done after.
I want to see a new IP from them.
Yeah, yeah. Like I wish they kind of weren't. Like I don't even like the idea of them helming Wolverine. Honestly, the more I think about it, it's just like I don't think they're the ones that should be helming a Wolverine game. You know,
Sure.
I think it'll be great gameplay wise, but story wise, I just don't know if they're the ones that should be doing that character.
I think they could surprise us, but
yeah, maybe they could and do like a darker type thing. I want like a darker adult tone for a Wolverine game. You know, I don't want this.
I hope that's
and maybe that's what they do, right? It's like I wouldn't have thought Naughty Dog could make a game like The Last of Us before that, right? So maybe they can shock us here and do a mature adult story for Wolverine, because that's what I want. But like, there's a lot of other PlayStation studios I would have picked for a Wolverine game first.
Yeah, I don't know, like Sucker Punch or something.
Sucker Punch, Sony Santa Monica, Naughty Dog, those 3 would have been the ones. Preferably, I mean, honestly, the ideal for me would have been Sony Santa Monica because they're great.
You think over Sucker Punch?
Yeah, over Sucker Punch and over Naughty Dog even, because I just think they're really great at deep dives in character like that. Look what they've done with Kratos, and then they're awesome at melee combat. You know, they are fucking incredible at that. So yeah, that would have been my first choice, but I don't know. Yeah, and maybe you're right. Maybe they do surprise us here. It is a different team. It is the Miles Morales team, and I'm assuming that team has expanded a lot
for sure. It
over
seems
the
like
last few years. Yeah. So I don't know. Yeah, you're probably right. Maybe they will come out and surprise me a little bit more, but as of right now, they are not the team I would have picked for that. And then they're delving into from the leaks, X-Men after that. It seems like in the 2030s we'll be getting an X-Men game after that, which I mean, could be interesting, but they got to lead into it well from a Wolverine game.
They're just hoping the MCU gets going with X-Men by that point.
Oh, they are. MCU's fucking. I hate what they're doing with that. I cannot stand that. Or go on an MCU tangent. I cannot stand that they're bringing in the Fox X-Men. I fucking hate that. I mean,
you already sounds like you know more than anything I do right now.
Yeah, like I watched Captain Marvel, and I'm just like, why? Why are we doing this? I just don't fucking get it.
Can you explain to me?
There's the post-credit scene in Captain Marvel. Monica, I forget her name, Monica Rambeau, right?
Rambeau.
Yeah. She gets transported at the end to the Fox X-Men universe, and she like wakes up at the X-Mansion, and the Beast from the Fox X-Men's there, and one other character's there. So I think they're kind of setting up that for the whole Secret Wars thing. I think it's gonna end up having Robert Downey Jr. as Dr. Doom doing like an X-Men versus Avengers thing. I don't fucking know. I don't even. I just can't stand that. Why are we taking a bad franchise and putting it in here? I just don't get it.
There was a lot of good actors in that too, though.
Yeah, I get it, but it's like there's like 2 good movies in that whole thing. You know, it's just I don't fucking know. Just make your own X-Men. I don't fucking get it. It's very cash grabby in my opinion.
What are the 2 for you?
X-Men 2 and then Days of Future Past.
Oh, then you're forgetting one.
What am I
Logan.
forgetting? Logan. Oh, okay, Logan as well.
You can't forget Logan. Can't forget Logan. And the Deadpool stuff is by themselves.
That's kind of why I was counting Logan too. It's by itself.
X2. I think X2's fun. I don't know if it's like great, but it's fun.
Sure. But yeah, regardless, I just I don't like that whole thing. But whatever. I'm on a tangent now. I do really want a good X-Men game though. Like X-Men's fucking dope. Like I love X-Men.
I get a Marvel
just like a property.
3?
Yeah.
Or
yeah,
no, not 3, 4. Can I get a Marvel Ultimate Alliance 4?
Or X-Men Legends, right? I mean, X-Men Legends is very much in the same vein of Marvel's Ultimate Alliance, right? It's like I love those games back in the day, or at least the first one. I didn't play the second one that much, but yeah, I don't know. X-Men Legends 3 would be cool, but yeah, I don't know. I'd be very curious to see. I hope these are just very different. You know, like I hope Wolverine is very different from Spider-Man. You know, I want a more linear thing. And I think it's supposed to be a little bit. Yeah, I definitely don't want a big open world. If you want the open area shit, fine. But like a
more ratchety, maybe like some openy areas, but like it's just a linear.
Yeah, like
level based.
Like show me it's different. I want it different in tone, different in gameplay, different in structure, just different entirely from what Marvel Spider-Man is. And then I would want the X-Men game to be even different from that as well. And that would have to be right because you would assume you're playing as multiple characters.
Yeah. Like a Guardians or something.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know. It's I don't know entirely what you want to do, and that's always hard too, right? Because it never feels quite right when you play as so many different characters. You know, like some are very samey all the time, and even Marvel's Ultimate Alliance, right? It's just like this character kind of just plays like this character, and you can tell it's kind of just like the same character structure as this one. And yeah, I don't know. It's a tough thing to do.
Yeah, it takes a lot of effort. To do that.
Yeah, so we'll see. I mean, I'm excited for Insomniac and their future and stuff, but yeah, I don't know. Hopefully we get that announcement of a Venom game here somewhat soon. I don't know. I'd imagine, man, they probably wouldn't announce it until like PlayStation's thing that they do in May, right? Whatever.
What are the chances at the Keeleys?
Yeah, maybe it's there, right? And there was a rumor or something PlayStation at the Keeleys, isn't there?
I haven't seen much rumors for Keeleys.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you gotta assume if Santa Monica is working on something, if Barlog does have a team there that's working on something else, you gotta assume that's somewhat close, you know? Like,
I mean, we've been hearing about Barlog's game forever.
For a while, right? So it's like, I don't know. Yeah. Maybe that could end up getting announced there. I don't know.
I mean, the Keeleys are coming up quick. Like, we're gonna be getting the nominations for the awards next 2.5 weeks or so.
Yeah. Right? I'm very curious to see what's even nominated for Game of the Year this year.
There's just so much.
It's like a toss-up this year. I really don't know. But yeah. But we are getting very close to that. What are we? We're only like 6 weeks out from that.
Yeah, so the nominations have to be coming out soonish.
Yeah.
I would assume like 2.5 weeks is what I would guess, but yeah, I don't know.
Something like that. Yeah. I guess Dragon Age is kind of the last big one that could sneak in there.
Yeah, maybe Life is Strange for something like narrative or something.
Yeah, Life is Strange could get in there too. Yeah. All right. Well, continuing on then. The team behind Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown has been disbanded by Ubisoft after their sales did not meet expectations. It's not all bad news though. As of yesterday, it's confirmed that some of the team has now begun to work on a remake of the original Rayman game. I know some of the team got disbanded throughout Ubisoft and working on other projects, but then it seems like a good amount of the team is now disbanded and working on the Rayman game. Daniel, shaking your head in disgust.
Just I hate everything about what the industry's doing. It baffles me. Instead of like saying, "Hey, let's make a new Rayman game," it's like, "Yeah, let's take the old one, and just do that again."
What is the first Rayman game? Is that a 2D platformer?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Those first 3 were. I think it was like 3. I don't think there were 4. Those first few, they were just 2D platformers, PS1 platformers. It wasn't until like Origins and Legends where it like, you know, everyone loves those particular ones. But the Rayman games were charming back in the day. I had a friend that had I think the third one. It's just why do you need to be making a remake? This team literally just made a brand new awesome game, and okay, it didn't sell super well. Instead of making a new Rayman game with them, because they made Legends. I think they did Legends and Origins. Let's have them do a brand new Rayman game. No. We'll just remake the old game.
It's funny to me that they might think that a remake of Rayman or a new Rayman game would sell any better than Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown. I don't think Rayman's all that popular. I think Rabbids are popular, but like I don't think that does any better than a new Prince of Persia game.
I don't think better, no. And then a remake, I don't think is like.
I don't hear people clamoring for a remake of the original Rayman.
Maybe have them playable. I think that'd be like, but like a remake, no. I mean, Legends is like top tier platformer, but like, I don't know. Like,
that was
I would
made
like
by the same
Rayman.
team, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I forget the name of them, but it's Ubisoft. In name of the city they're in.
Or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the Rayman. The newer Rayman games are great. Like, I'd like to have just a new Rayman game, but no. I guess they're just gonna keep remaking things. Congratulations, Ubisoft.
Ubisoft.
Way to go.
Nashville. I'm trying to think of like some obscure town.
Nashville's a big city.
Yeah, it is a big city. I couldn't think that for some reason. I think of obscure cities. Yeah, Asheville. Yeah, Ubisoft Asheville. Ubisoft Milwaukee. Fucking horrible team. Yeah. I don't know, man. It's I guess, I don't know if the game didn't meet their sales expectations. I mean, again, with all these companies, what were your expectations here? Like, how high were they really? Because it's like, man, these things just aren't going to sell as well as you think. It's like I know Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown is great, but Prince of Persia is not all that popular. 2D platformers not all that popular. 2D Metroidvania games. I mean, they're popular amongst like hardcore fans of that genre, right? Don't get me wrong, but it's not 5 million seller popular.
It's rare.
It's very rare, right? I mean, your game would need to be like truly great. It would need to be like a Hollow Knight type level, and I'm not even sure that game. Right?
Maybe the Ori games.
Yeah, but did those sell that high?
I don't know.
I don't. Again, what is Ubisoft's expectations for it? Because it's like, all right,
it's Prince of Persia. It should be selling a lot,
right? Yeah, we had Jake Gyllenhaal in that movie. You remember?
15 years ago.
Yeah, 15 years ago. Surely those fans will come out and all support this. The 3 people that watched that movie. But yeah, it's just, I don't know, man. Your guys' expectations are just way too high, and this couldn't have been that expensive to make, right? It's like, I know the most expensive part of these is just the employees and paying them, right? But how many team members did you really have working on this? Probably not
Legends
all that many.
Was like 2014.
Sure. Yeah, wasn't this like the one that they were like they started up during COVID though, and Ubisoft was just like, fuck it, games are selling a lot right now, so go ahead and make this.
Could be.
Yeah, like I think it was something like that. So I don't know. I guess we're still using the excuse that COVID gave all these companies unrealistic expectations, even though that was just like super obvious that it wasn't going to stay that way. I don't know, man. It's just anytime I hear expectations from these companies now, I'm just like, all right, shut the fuck up, because I just can't. I can't deal with your guys' expectations. It's not this endless money that you think it's gonna.
It's pretty much all of them too.
Yeah.
We talk about Square all the time. Square is never happy with anything that they do. It's crazy.
Ever. And it's just fucking nuts. And it's just like, you guys can sell millions of copies of games. They'll be like, well, didn't meet our expectations. And it's just, all right. You guys are clearly telling your investors expectations that are unrealistic just to get them hyped up and get more money from investors, right? So you got, I mean, it's just not. And if that's the way it works, fine, right? If you're not going to get the money from the investors otherwise without saying that, but then it's just, you can't come out and say, hey, it didn't meet our expectations when...
No new game.
Right. Yeah. It's just, all right, so are we just going to do endless remakes here of stuff that...
That's what it seems like.
It's like, a remake of Rayman ain't going to sell that well either, bud. It's just not. It's not going to do. Like, I don't... Even if it's great, even if it's a 10 out of 10 fucking remake, I don't know, 2 million copies cap, like... That's the highest I'd go.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is
that worth it?
Yeah. Is that worth it? Especially with Ubisoft. I mean, they're in such a bad place right now. Ubisoft's in a really bad place, especially with Star Wars Outlaws not doing well. Like this Assassin's Creed Shadows needs to hit, and it needs to hit big. Mm-hmm. I think the highest selling Assassin's Creed is like 15 million with it might be Black Flag or Odyssey, one of those. Right around there, so I'd actually be curious. Let me look that up. But
it wouldn't surprise me about Black Flag, but no, Assassin's Creed is Valhalla. It's like 20 or something.
Oh, you think Valhalla's up there?
It's like 20 something, yeah, I think.
Yeah, I'd actually be curious to see. But like, and they need more than that. And they have Far Cry as well, which is always a good seller. So
it's been years now for Far Cry. It's already been
it's
3
been
years.
a while, and I like the cadence of the Far Cry games and how often they come out. You know, it's way better than Assassin's Creed is, and I prefer it to stay that way. So like, I don't want them shitting out Far Cry games every year, even though they I guess they used to be more because they did that the half-step Far Cry game. Yeah, the in-between game, which we didn't get for Far Cry 5 or 6.
Yeah, they just did some DLC thingies.
Yeah.
That was it.
So I don't know. It's I guess they're hoping those because you got to assume Far Cry 7 is pretty soon. We had rumors about that earlier this year about what it was and everything. So I'm assuming Far Cry 7 next year, maybe next fall. I could see
maybe we get
maybe spring 26. Yeah, right around there. But I would expect it within the next 2 years, right? At the very least.
I would say so. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like that's gonna come through, and then if Shadows hits well, that'll hit. Yeah, that'll be a good sell for them, you know. Like, you gotta assume if Shadows is as good as people want it to be, that
I mean, they have so many like games and arms. It's like, where about their like extreme sports side, you know, with like Riders Republic and Steep. Like, what is that team doing? Or like the Crew, like their racing stuff. They also have all the Rainbow Six stuff and the Tom Clancy stuff. Like, they have all these different arms of Ubisoft.
So it's oh, sorry,
yeah, go ahead.
For the sales numbers, let me go back because this one lists all the Ubisoft games, or a lot of them. Let me read you the top 10. They got Ghost Recon Wildlands, 10 million copies sold. That's their 10th highest selling game. Where's that series, right? It's like that. That's a big seller for them.
Ghost Recon. The other one was like a few years ago at this point.
Yeah. So it's like let's get one of those out. Let's get a new one of those out. Watch Dogs 2, 10 million copies sold. I think Legion kind of put them off to Watch Dogs. You know,
it was cool. It's a cool experiment for a game, but
yeah, very cool what it was, right? But I don't think a lot of people ever really vibed with that franchise.
No,
you know,
they took a risk with that one, which I appreciate, to be honest.
And then Odyssey, around 10 million copies sold. It's their 8th highest selling. Then Assassin's Creed 3 was 12 million.
Yeah, that was big back in the day. 360.
And this one lists Valhalla as 12 to 15 million at their 6th highest selling game.
Oh, I thought it was higher.
And you got Prince of Persia: Sands of Time at 14 million at their 5th highest selling game of all time. So that's it. I guess maybe that's why they thought Prince of Persia would sell so high, right? But again, we're not that's in 2003, October 28th, 2003. So we're not in 2003 anymore, you know?
That's a big seller for back in the day.
Black Flag, 15 million at 4, their 4th highest selling. Then this is where they're really hurting right now, because Tom Clancy's The Division was 15 to 20 million copies sold as their number 3 highest selling game of all time. Which they lost that, right? Because they had that team working on Star Wars Outlaws and the Avatar game, both duds, right? And I think they thought those
at least
games,
commercial, yeah.
That's really the big problem with Ubisoft at the moment, is that they probably thought both those things would hit very highly, right? An Avatar game that's just like Far Cry, right? Like that just sounds like on paper that would hit super well. You could see why you're an investor. You'd be like, oh shit, yeah, let's throw all the money at Ubisoft here. But then those two both don't hit. And plus, you got to think of the fees that now come with those for Disney, right? It's like, that's a lot of fucking money. We learned about that for the Insomniac leak, right? Yeah, it's like, that's a lot of fucking money that you got to throw to Disney from that. So then Far Cry 5, over 20 million copies sold. Far Cry, man.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Out of like all the Far Cries, I wouldn't have guessed 5. I even like a Far Cry 5 defender, because I think that game, like, I don't know. I feel like people weren't talking about that game enough when it came out. I really like 5 a lot.
Yeah, I like 5 a lot too. Love the ending of that game. But
yeah, the ending's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I guess that was like peak Far Cry, huh? Right around 2018 was when everyone was kind of.
So?
I remember a lot of my friends at the time talking about it. You know, like I remember having conversations at work about Far Cry 5. You know,
I would have guessed 4.
I thought 3 over time would have sold all those numbers, just because how loved 3 is, you know.
Yeah, that's why I would have guessed probably 4, because
4
it's like
maybe, yeah.
Got the critical, and then now it's the commercial.
I think 4 is perceived even worse than 5 though now.
I think it was the map stuff, but that was because of Primal had like used a similar map. But like I don't know. I thought 4 was. Yeah, I'd have to look at the reviews, I guess.
Like, personally, I like 5 more than 4.
I think 4 is just a little bit more unique in its like map.
Yeah.
being in the mountains and all that kind of stuff. But I guess I probably like 5 more because I like the guns
right
for
though,
hire
because
mechanic.
4 was a launch game with Xbox One and PS4, right?
Yeah, it was like I think it was that next year.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Oh, was it the next year, huh?
I think it was 2014, I think.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Yeah. Yeah, I would have thought if it was a launch game, everybody's just buying it, picking it up with the new console.
I think that's what Black Flag happened to Black Flag.
Sure. Yeah.
That was
well, and then Ubisoft's #1 selling game of all time, which is actually no surprise the more you think about it. It was Rainbow Six Siege, over 20 million copies sold. Yeah.
Where's Rainbow Six? Where's our Vegas 3?
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's time to make a new Rainbow,
or just a new
Rainbow Six game. Yeah,
maybe a new series. We don't need Vegas 3.
Well, surely it's gonna have to be in the
Siege
what
2?
Siege was, right? Yeah, it's gonna have to essentially be a Siege 2, right?
I think if they even just call it Siege 2, that'd be so huge.
Yeah,
that'd be huge.
Yeah, especially now, like that game always just like dips and then rises up in popularity again. I feel like even right now it's on a bit of a rise now.
Well, do you remember? Yeah, maybe a little bit. If you remember when this and The Division, they came out the same year.
Yeah.
So that was 2015, and they both weren't bad at launch. They both were like good at launch, but they didn't have a ton of content.
Mm-hmm.
But then both of those games over time, like
rose in popularity.
Siege even more, I think, than The Division, because The Division only had so much of a tail, then it had a sequel. But both of them just rose over time. They had more content. Especially Siege, like all those operators that they kept adding. But like, look at Ubisoft, like that you were one of the few that were like doing consistently good updates for games with this live servicey stuff.
Sure.
And then they kind of fell. They slipped.
Yeah.
I guess except for the Siege team.
Yeah, Siege really was like that silent killer. Just like in the background, slowly rose in popularity to the point that by like 2018, 2019, it was just like super popular. Everybody was playing Siege. Yeah. All right. Well, Ubisoft in a weird spot right now, but we'll see if you can turn it around. Also, rumors of Ubisoft being sold still to
going private again.
Yeah, so we'll see if that all comes to fruition.
Oh, you heard Tencent stuff? Because like wasn't a few weeks ago they were talking about going private?
I've been seeing Tencent. Yeah.
I don't want to hear that.
We'll see. We'll see with that.
Fantastic.
Ready for more mobile games?
Tencent? Hey, you buy me.
I'll take it. I'll take all that, Jan.
Yeah, please.
Our last news story of the week. The video game Circana numbers for the month of September have come out. 2 weeks in a row with the Circana numbers here. Oh, I like it.
Yeah, it took forever for you to find the other ones.
So. No, they didn't come out until they came out like the day after we did. So I don't know what's going on here. And now Matt Piscatella is look at the website that this is posted on, Daniel. This isn't Twitter. Okay. I don't know what the fuck this even is. This is knockoff Twitter because he deleted his Twitter.
Oh, is this Blue Sky?
What is this? Blue Sky? That's what the B stands for? Blue Sky. All right. Yeah, disgusting, Matt Piscatella. I had to go on this jank website to find you.
Yeah, people have been using this website to like be a Twitter replacement, and it's just not going to be.
I'm sorry. I don't know. He has like 200 followers on here. Bro, what are you doing? What are you doing? I don't get it. I don't get it. Is it? But like, wouldn't he be one of the ones that's like at least making a little bit of money off Twitter, even if it's like, I don't know, $100 or whatever the fuck? Like, you got to figure his Circana number tweet for every month was making him like $100 or whatever.
It wasn't. I know
you can monetize Twitter like that and just get enough if you get enough clicks on it or whatever that you end up getting money. I don't know. It's just like, I don't know. Why would you delete your Twitter? Like, do you really hate Elon Musk that much that you're just like?
I mean, to be fair to like, I'm not gonna really even get into the Elon stuff, but like, Twitter since it became X is significantly worse. So.
I guess I don't even really remember. I never even really used that. I don't know. Social media is fucking stupid. Yeah. Anyways, Circana numbers, month of September.
Connor's Circana Corner.
Connor's Circana Corner. Here we are once again. Here's the top 20 for September. Number 20. Let me try to click in this. Oh, okay. It gets big at least. All right. I'll give you some credit there. Blue Sky.
Don't give Blue Sky.
Who owns Blue Sky?
I don't know.
All right. Whatever.
It's just we don't need to give social credit.
Your number 20 was the EA Sports MVP bundle, which is the bundle with Madden and college football. Yeah, it's funny. Madden and college football are both in this list as well. So all right, whatever.
Leave this bundle alone.
Number 19 was Ghost of Tsushima. Your number 18 was Space Marine 2 Warhammer 40,000. I gotta feel like this game sold a lot more than that. It does have an asterisk next to it, so that's not including digital. So it must have sold a lot digital, because I believe they announced 3 million, or maybe it was 3 million players. But nonetheless, I believe that game
on a sale?
Sold better than this. No, because that game just came out in September. So I seriously doubt they would put it on sale, but nonetheless, I don't know. But I think that game sold better than number 18 overall for that month. And again, this is only US. Focus Home Entertainment.
Interesting.
So I don't know. Big win for them. This game felt big. Like I heard the guys at work talking about this game, and I was like, oh wow, you guys.
I just think that is just the aura around Warhammer.
Sure.
More recently,
maybe it's just the age group too. Maybe 18 to 35-year-old age group or whatever is more into it. I don't fucking know.
We got Henry Cavill.
Yeah, he's hyped about it. Your number 17 was Age of Mythology. It went up from the month before, so I believe it came out the month before, right? It came out somewhere recently, so good for them. Right. Going up. Your number 16 is new as well. It's the Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection. Good for them. 16. It's pretty good for small games, right?
Yeah, good for them. Good for that bundle. I still need to get that and play some of those games.
Yeah, it's very fun. Good bundle. You definitely one to own, I think.
For sure.
Number 15, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. Number 14, Minecraft. Number 13, Elden Ring. Number 12 is Final Fantasy. What Final Fantasy is this? Is that 14? XVI. What is that?
Yeah, that's 16.
That's 16. Okay. Why'd that pop all the way up to 12?
Probably is it PC or
did it just come out on PC?
Pre-orders maybe. Or it could be on sale.
Let me pull up Steam. The DLC for that.
Let me pull up Steam.
You might be right with the PC thing.
It could be like it could be a oh yeah, it's on PC.
On PC now? Yeah. Does it say the release date? Like, did that come out in September?
September 17th.
Okay. Yeah, there you go. That makes sense. Okay. So good for them. Popping up on the number 12. I'm sure Square Enix come out next week and say they're disappointed, but whatever. Number 11 is Dead Rising. This is weird because they seem to be combining the Dead Rising remake with regular Dead Rising, because it lists it as number 502 the month before, and now it's number 11. So like, okay, I guess we're just combining that, which is odd considering they have different names.
Maybe it's pre-orders?
Well, no, because the remake came out in September. So like, I don't.
No, maybe pre-orders were happening in August.
What would that matter?
That's why it would be charted.
Well, no, this is the month of September.
No, I know, but that's when it would release, right? So like, would they count like pre-orders in August?
No.
You know what I'm saying?
No, because that all gets bundled into the month that it releases.
Is that how that works?
Yeah, that's how that works. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But like, it came out that month.
Yeah. Yeah. Then why would it? But I guess the only place you could buy the original.
I'm just wondering why they're combining the numbers with the original.
Yeah, because you can only buy it on one platform, and it's backwards compatible.
Yeah.
The 360 version.
Well, you could probably buy it on Steam, which is probably why it's number 502.
I don't think so.
The month before.
I mean, let me check Steam.
I'm just very confused why we're calling those the same thing, because they're not the same game.
No, they're definitely not. Yeah, I think it's only on Xbox, but I'm checking. Oh no, it is on Steam. You're right. 2016 it came to Steam.
Yeah, I just don't. I don't understand
that.
Even I can't even remember what the remake's called, but it's called Dead Rising, and it might be called Dead Rising Remake.
Deluxe Remaster.
Deluxe Remaster. Okay, so it's like
that's why it's that DRDR. It was stupid. We talked about that.
Yeah, you're kind of cheating there a little bit, Capcom. It's not the same game.
Yeah.
Whatever. Like, they're gonna come out and say that the Dead Rising fucking Deluxe Remastered sold fucking 15 million copies or whatever, because they're gonna combine it with the one that came out in fucking 2006. It's like, all right, that's like
Capcom not accurate. Doing that with Resident Evil 4.
Right. Yeah, it's like we can't do this.
We're
guys.
not doing this.
No, that's not a thing. It's a different game. Whatever. Number 10, God of War Ragnarok. I believe that came out on PC last month. So
yeah, that's also PC.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we could the Ghost of Tsushima all the way down at the bottom is PC stuff too. Still,
Right? Yeah. Where was I then? Number 9 is NHL 25. That's new. That just came out. Number 8 is Hogwarts Legacy. Number 7 is also new NBA 2K25. It's interesting. That's only number 7. I guess maybe a lot of people picking that up physically. Do you think that'd be higher?
I guess that depends on the release date, though. Maybe it was just too late in September. Maybe it'll just be higher.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure when that came out.
Because like the basketball season is just starting now. So
like, you know what? It has an asterisk next to it. It's not counting digital, so it's got to be way higher than that.
Oh, there you go.
I wonder why it's not counting digital.
Does it say the release date?
It does not. Not on here.
Okay. Yeah, it also is probably end of September is what I would guess, and it's not digital. So look for it really high this month.
Yeah, because I gotta imagine that would actually be. That might even actually be the number 1. Do you think the NBA games outsell the FIFA games or EA Sports FC games?
No, because
in America.
No. Yeah,
in US,
America,
though?
yes.
Yeah,
yes.
That's what this list is, right? Like it's US only. So I gotta think in the US only, the NBA would outsell soccer.
Yeah, it's probably number 2.
Certainly, there's more NBA fans than there are soccer fans in US. So
yeah, for sure.
I would think.
Sure. They're both worldly sports, though. They both like they're both pretty worldly sports, unlike American
well, I would think
football.
Worldwide, both of those outsell Madden.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Continuing on, then number 6 is Star Wars Outlaws. Not a bad dip for its second month, but
I mean, it's still selling well. It's just not selling great.
Yeah. Number 5 then is EA Sports College Football 25. Number 4 is new, The Legend of Zelda: Echoes of Wisdom. Also counting digital.
Let's
that
go.
Going. Yeah,
that's awesome.
I know Nintendo games typically sell better on physical than digital, but still, yeah,
there's still digital sales. And I need to get that game.
Yeah, I'll be very curious to see if Nintendo tries to pick up that team, Grizzo or whatever. I wonder if they try to acquire them. Yeah, like I wonder, it's similar to the Luigi Mansion team relationship, right? Or it's like they kind of did that, and then they eventually acquired them. So I wonder if they did that. I don't know. It'd be hilarious if like Microsoft came through and was like, "Hey, let me pick up Grizzo.
We like your work.
We like your work. Come on over here. Just make a Zelda clone, do it out, whatever the fuck, you know."
Make a game that's that, but we'll do it different.
Yeah, we'll give him some fucking random IP. Blinks the cat. Here you go. Make a Zelda game out of that.
They have so many IPs now, right? So it's like
you could do it with anything.
Yeah.
Your number 3 is Madden NFL 25. Number 2, Astrobot. Got all the way up there to number 2.
That's awesome.
Yeah, good for them.
Keep selling both that and Zelda. Come on.
Yeah. I believe he says on here Astrobot is the 25th best-selling game of the year thus far. So very good.
Awesome.
Very good. Yeah. I would like to know the numbers exact. But
we'll probably get
very high. Yeah, very high. And I mean, this game is made cheaply, so good for them. Good for Astrobot.
Only a few years too, so
good. Love to see it. Your number 1 then was EA Sports FC 25. That's a new one as well.
Mm-hmm.
Soccer. Kicking the ball.
It's sad. Why don't you do something better with your lives instead of just kicking a ball?
Making millions.
Yeah, making millions.
See if there's any movement in the overall for the year. The only new one is EA Sports FC is number 10 now for the year already. So
yeah, makes sense. The game is so big. So
yeah.
It's so crazy.
Persona 3 Reload, man, still hanging in there at number 20.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Good for them. Good for Atlas for sure. Having a great year.
Yeah. Let's see anything else interesting in here. Not really. I mean, you got college football still the number 1 overall. Helldivers 2 is number 2. Call of Duty's 3.
Yeah, Helldivers wasn't in that top 20, was it?
For the year? Oh, for the newest seller?
For September,
no, yeah, that game's interesting. It doesn't seem like they were able to sustain that
just for the few months
audience, right? Yeah.
Hopefully it'll stay in the top 10.
Yeah, Dragon's Dogma 2 is still at 6 for the year. It's crazy. I feel like no one's talking about that game, but hey, it sold quietly a lot in the background. Yeah, the month it came out for sure, but like I haven't really heard a peep about it since. But
it's just so many games.
Yeah, good point. Let's see here. Hogwarts Legacy's at 11 for the year.
I'm trying to think of other bigger.
Rebirth's at 12 for the year.
Yeah, are we getting? What about Like a Dragon? Because that was earlier in the year.
Like a Dragon, not on this list.
Oh, you guys are. What are you buying?
I know it's interesting. Madden. I would have thought. If you would have asked me before either came out, I would have thought Like a Dragon would have sold more than the Persona 3 remake. you know?
That's an interesting point. Yeah.
Just with like the popularity of like a Dragon as of recent, but I guess Persona's a little. I mean, they've both kind of had the same kind of theme where they're both, rising in popularity over the years. But I guess in my mind, I thought like a Dragon was a bit more popular in Persona still. But
it feels like it. But I guess
it feels like it. Yeah, maybe not.
Stop buying these sports games. Go buy a real game.
Go buy a real game. Yeah, let's get. How many sports games are in? 1, 2, 3, 4. Do you count WWE as a sports game?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 sports games and 9. Excuse me. 9 sports games.
God. End my life. Please.
Almost half the list is sports games. Jesus. And then the rest. I mean, there's also. I mean, no offense to these games because they're great games. Minecraft and GTA 5. It's just like, all right, you got still. Who doesn't own it? Like, what are we doing?
I own multiple versions of Minecraft.
Stop buying this. Stop buying this. And one of these is the EA Sports MVP bundle. At 4.
Oh my God.
It's just like, what are we doing, man?
What are we doing here?
What are we
really doing?
Can't stand it. All right. Yeah, that'll do it for the news of the week. I suppose next time we do kind of no, because it'll be. Well, I guess Call of Duty does come out in October, so Call of Duty will be the number one next month, right? Sure. Yeah. So yeah, Call of Duty is coming. It's about to take over. I wonder how popular Life is Strange is. Like could that get into like the number 20 spot? Is it that popular? I'm not entirely sure.
I can't remember True Colors.
Sales. Yeah, I can't either.
Yeah, I feel like it did pretty well.
I think, is there anything else big that'll get in here? Maybe Dragon Age, I guess. Dragon Age could slip in here. Indie? Yeah, Indie would be interesting with Game Pass, right?
That's one to think about, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Indie will do great even into the beginning of next year because of that PS5. Whenever that day is, it'll bump back up. Yeah,
that coming right up. Spring. Yeah. You would think, too, there's going to be a lot of older audience that sees a new Indiana Jones game, especially if it reviews well.
Or people that want to just play a new Machine Games game.
Yeah, that too. All right. I'll do it for News Week. We'll now move on to what we've been playing. I know you said you weren't playing much, but you got anything you want to talk about?
I didn't really. I checked out very little bit of Metaphor. Not enough to really get much. Like I'm still doing I'm in a tutorial dungeony thing, so I just kind of started that. I kind of got a taste of the world and the different races that are in the game. There's I think eight races or so. So I'm still very early. I don't really have much impressions yet.
Cool. You liking it though? So I know you just said you don't have any impressions, but yeah, you're enjoying it.
I like the vibe. I like seeing a fantasy version of their world. It's like fantasy, but it's also it's not like Lord of the Rings. It's what if at least from the very taste that I've gotten, it's what if the Victorian era, if you can think about that, also had fantasy stuff.
Oh.
So it's I don't really see any guns, so it's magic, but there are buildings and people are drinking tea and at a restaurant outside. So it's but they still are wearing fantasy things. Yeah, proper Brits.
Do they have British accents?
Yeah. I think someone did. But
I'm playing in Japanese.
So far, I got a lot of hints of racism is going to be a big topic for this game.
Really? That's interesting.
Yeah. There are different, so there's a dog race, there's an elf race, there's a race with horns.
I'm be racist towards the fucking dog race.
Oh, and when you first get to the town or whatever, there are the dog people are begging for money because it seems like they're the lowest on the totem pole, at least maybe in this city. I don't know.
Interesting.
And then the horn people and the elf people are always at odds with each other. So yeah, it seems like racism is going to be a huge deal in this.
In Skyrim, everyone hates the lizard people. Out of here,
and you got the Khajiits over here trying to sell you drugs. Get out of here!
Get out of here! They always got the hood on in the corner. Yeah. Everyone always hates on Ashley for Mass Effect, but I
Are
don't
we
know,
talking about the
man.
Khajiits?
I don't know, man. Like, if you read the Mass Effect lore, those aliens just started shooting as soon as you fucking ran into them. So it's like, I don't know. Are you really gonna like those aliens?
Yeah, I might try to play some more today. But yeah, I didn't really play too much though.
Cool. Yeah, I want to check it out, but it's like, I don't know. It's
the big RPG is big commitment.
It's long. I don't know. It's, RPGs scare me nowadays. They're long. They're very
the nice
long.
thing about Persona is it's not super open world.
Yeah.
It's just long.
Yeah.
Like you can kind of play it at a pretty good pace, and like you're not like just meandering around an open world grinding or whatever, you know.
Yeah. I don't know if I'll jump into that, or I'm gonna pick a big RPG after Life is Strange, so I'll figure it out after that.
Maybe
either
even
Dragon Age. Yeah, Dragon Age is on the table. I think Dragon Age, Dragon Quest, and Metaphor are the three I'm looking at, so I don't know, I'll pick one or the other. Also, Metaphor, there's a lot of reading, right?
I mean,
I'm not a big reader, Daniel.
It's not that much. There's voice acting.
Not a big reader, you know. Maybe I'll wait for the fucking Revantastic edition or whatever the fuck where they add on the voices.
I don't want to know the name of whatever it's
gonna be. They're doing it. They're fucking doing it.
No, they're gonna do it. I just don't want to know what that name's gonna be.
Metaphor : Refantasio : Revantastio. I don't fucking know. Redo it. I don't fucking know. Here's another 50 hours of content. Like, dude, it's already 200 hours long. We didn't need that. Like, we're good. I
haven't even finished the first
game.
Good.
No one's beaten it in the first place. All right. For me, then, I have beaten Silent Hill 2 Remake.
Congratulations.
Lovely game. No, not a lovely game.
Not lovely. It's not a good adjective.
No.
Anyway.
No, it is not. What a joyful time. That and Astrobot.
Yeah, I really had a good time.
Good time. I'd recommend it for your kids for Christmas. They'll have a great experience. I mean, it will teach them a lot about life, honestly. You get a kid to play through that entire game. Yeah, man, what an experience this game was. Definitely my biggest surprise of the year. Like, this game is it leaves a lasting impact on you. I've been thinking about it since I beat it. You know, it's just just watching videos too about like theories on it and stuff like that, and like really deep diving into what the story was and themes it's about. It's a heavy game, man. Like, there's a lot in this. It's like, it really is an experience. They deal with just a lot of heavy topics: grief, suicide, depression. You know, that all leads into this, and it's all. Yeah, and it's all through the lens of this psychological horror game, and so you're kind of seeing it all and experiencing it all through that lens as well. And it just, and then you add on top of that just how scary the game is, and how terrifying the monsters are, and how dark it is, and it's just, it's just like, it really was an experience, this game, you know. And yeah, I loved it, man. I really did. It definitely leaves a lasting impact on you. The story is fucking incredible. It really is. I get it now. Totally, like, Silent Hill fans, I get it. I fucking get it. I like this game more than a lot of survival horror games, and like, I've played a good amount of them, and this is like up there with my favorites. I'll put this game against any Resident Evil game, any Dead Space game, any day of the week. I mean, it has a better story than those games, in my opinion, for sure. And
Resident Evil is more about how fun the characters are.
Yeah.
You know?
No, for sure, and they're all a little bit different about different things, but like, this game, I will remember the experience more than any of those games, and that's saying a lot, you know. It's just, yeah, man, it's one to definitely put aside the time to play, because it really is an experience that needs to be played, because, yeah, man, it was just great. It really was. Yeah. It took me about 20-ish hours, a little over that. I know you were saying last week, is that too long? It probably is a little bit too long, you know, but I struggle to think what you would cut in the game. It's like, there's not a certain section where I would say, yeah, just cut out that entire section entirely, you know. Maybe you could shorten the sections a little bit. Maybe you could make the puzzles a little bit easier to solve and a little bit quicker. Maybe you get an object or a piece you need of the puzzle a little bit quicker than that. But I don't know. I really do struggle to think what you would cut from the game. And I know it's crazy, because like Silent Hill 2, you can beat it in like 8 hours or whatever. In this game too, you can beat it. There's a trophy to beat it in 10 hours, I saw. So it's like, obviously you can get through it much quicker than I got through it. But yeah, I really do think you should take your time with this game when you play through it, and just like really experience the whole thing.
Yeah, absorb yourself in
really
Hill.
get immersed into it, like let yourself be in that world. It's because it is something that deserves to be experienced like that. I really do think that. Yeah, it's a very emotional game too. So couldn't recommend it enough. Honestly, biggest surprise of the year, one of my favorites of the year for sure.
That's awesome.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Congratulations to Bloober Team.
Yeah, they knocked it out of the fucking park. Just the atmosphere, the lighting, all of that. Obviously, the story's not there, so I won't give them credit for that. But credit to Team Silent back in the day for just making this story and all that.
Yeah, think about this being in 2001.
Yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure. I couldn't even imagine. Oh, you freeze on me, Daniel. Where'd Daniel go?
I'm here.
Oh, you're here now. You're back. Hello.
I think it's my internet.
Oh.
Okay. Think about this back in 2001.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, dude, I couldn't even imagine, honestly. Like, that's nuts that this was made back in 2001.
They told this dark of a story back then.
Right, back in 2001. That's fucking nuts. In response to Resident Evil, I was reading. Like, this was a response to that. They were like, oh, survival horror kicking off. Let's get in there and try to make something, right? That's where the first Silent Hill came from, so... And they made Team Silent at some point, and I don't know when that team got disbanded, but I would love to see them reform Team Silent in some way and get going with more Silent Hill games. These are fucking awesome. I was saying before the show, I wasn't in love with any of the boss fights. Some of them, they look very cool, and story reasons they're very impactful, right? But like actual gameplay wise, I definitely wasn't in love with any of the boss fights. I didn't think they were all that great. I mean, some of them are cool. They look great. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, just gameplay wise, I don't know. It was a lot of me running around looking for ammo during the boss fights, and just like fucking shooting at things just because I'm freaked out and I'm just wasting all my ammo. So I'm just a lot of me running around looking for bullets and turning around and shooting the thing I'm supposed to shoot in those boss fights. I saw there's like a melee only trophy, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, how the fuck you do with that? Yeah, and to get through the whole game, which is melee, it's like,
is it that difficult to do that, you think?
If you could put it on easy, I suppose it's probably not that hard. But like that just sounds terrifying to me with some of these boss fights. Like, you're gonna run up and hit that thing with a pipe? No, I'm not doing that. No. I will stay far away. Thank you very much. Just give me my rifle gun, because I'm not.
What about the piece of wood?
Yeah, well, you get the pipe, and it that replaces the piece of wood at some point. Yeah, it's a bit stronger. Yeah, so.
I think keep the piece of wood.
I think maybe you can re-equip it. I never did, but you might be able to. It tells you like what weapons you use most and shit like that at the end. Gives you your stats. And my weapon was steel pipe. That was the one I used most. Yeah, because like you're just trying to conserve ammo, right? So it's just something pops up in front of you. You're just like, oh,
pipe them.
They do a really good job with the mannequins too. That's one of the enemy type. That's probably like the main enemy you'll see is they're called mannequins. And like they'll always just be like hiding in a corner. I think I said this the other week, but like, and you just be like, "I see you, motherfucker."
That's
like
the leg people, right?
Yeah. Eventually, they crawl on walls, and it's just like, "Oh my fucking god, stop it!" So yeah, lovely game. Really enjoyed my time with it. In my game of the year discussion for sure.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's definitely one to experience. And then I haven't really had too much time to play anything else this week. I just been busy with work and stuff, and I beat that on Sunday.
No Zelda?
So, no, I still got that one more dungeon. I gotta beat that. So I'll probably do that this weekend. I want to play through Neva too before Life is Strange.
Forgetting about Neva. Yeah,
I gotta try to get to Neva before Life is Strange comes out. I'd like to try to beat Zelda and I know Neva's way shorter, so maybe I could get through both of those this weekend.
How long is Neva supposed to be?
I think it's like 5 to 6 hours, something like that.
Okay,
so
that sounds like how long Greece was.
Yeah, so not too long. So maybe I could do both of those this weekend, because I know Life is Strange is next Tuesday, but maybe I'll push Life is Strange off till the next weekend and then just try to get through both of those first. Then go.
Did you play Greece?
No, I never did actually.
Interesting.
It looked cool, but yeah, I don't know.
It might be hard to go
through that at some point.
Back to, just because like there's no combat. It's like because I know Neva has like the combat in it.
Yeah,
like Greece is just like a puzzle platformer, no combat at all.
And then like I said, I'd probably pick a big RPG after that, and then indie December. That should do it for the year.
Yeah, so much stuff this year.
I still want to play. I know me and you were talking about earlier this year. At some point, Death Stranding. I want to try to play that.
Try to get, we did talk about
yeah. Try to play that before the second one comes out, because I really don't know when the second one's gonna come out next year. Kojima, it almost sounded like it was further out than people think, but I still think that game, I wouldn't be surprised if that comes out in like March, April.
When did the first one come out? It was at the end of the year.
That was November that year, yeah. Like, I don't know. Is he really going to take 6 years with this?
Yeah, it's a good point.
That's a long... It's already been 5 years, you know? It's 5 years.
Quick.
Yeah, it's 5 years next month. So it's like, I don't know, we're really going to take that long with this? I just don't. And plus, he's making OD on the side. Where's that? You know, it's...
And Fizzant.
And yeah, Fizzant. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, so it's like, all right. I mean, I know he's got a lot on his plate. He's busy, but just like, we're really going to take that long with the Death Stranding too, huh? All right.
Yeah, I mean, I've always wanted to go back and try to beat Death Stranding. It's a game that, like, I love Kojima so much, you know. But I feel like I'd rather play Metal Gear Solid 5 first, because I have not really played much of Metal Gear Solid 5.
Oh, really?
I played like an hour years ago.
I would like that game.
I know. I like what I've played.
I don't even like stealth games like that. That played so well, that game.
Yeah. I would like to play more Metal Gear Solid 5. Probably more than Death Stranding, but
I'll
just watch a recap.
I just want to play Death Stranding before the second one, you know. And I mean, I did back in the day. I put a lot of hours in Death Stranding. I probably put like 30 hours in it, and I fucking hated it. But I don't know. I'm older now. I'm more mature. You know, about to turn 30. Maybe I like it now. I don't know. So we'll see.
Fine with age.
Yeah. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe I still fucking hate it. Yeah, I do like turn-based now, right? So clearly, I'm a bit more patient.
You like more weeb stuff, more turn-based stuff?
Sure, yeah. So I don't know. Maybe I like it more now. I don't know. There's definitely a chance that I play like another 5 hours and I still fucking hate it. So we'll see. But yeah, I think like end of December-ish. I'm gonna try to do that.
That's a fair thing to do. I mean, do we even have any January games yet?
No, not that I can think of.
February.
Yeah. There's that Freedom Wars remake, which is a game I've always been like somewhat interested in. That's like really early January, so I don't know. Maybe I do that in January, but I don't know. And February is like super packed, so I don't know. Pick your poison with February, because there's a fuck ton.
I don't want to. I want to die in February.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna pick Avowed in February, but out of all those games that are there,
God,
there's Assassin's Creed, Avowed, Yakuza, and Monster Hunter, right? So
I want to check out Wilds.
Yeah. A lot of interesting shit there.
So much stuff.
And we don't even know what March, right? Usually March is the big month in that time period. But
I think PlayStation's probably putting out something in March.
Yeah, maybe. That's what I'm saying. That's Stranding too. Like, I wouldn't be shocked if it's
March, April,
March
maybe.
Right there. Yeah.
I mean, we got Ghost of Yote.
Yeah, I wonder if that would be that early. I think that'll be summer again. I think that June, July period, like they did with the first one. I think that'll be right around there if I had to guess. Because they're all
pretty good.
You got to come out before fall next year.
I mean, nothing needs to come out within a month of GTA.
Yeah, like you got, especially a game like Ghost of Yotai, like an open world. You know, I know it's not the same time period or anything similar like that, but still, it's you got to come out before GTA 6 next year for sure.
We've been talking about how nothing needs to come out around it, but I want to emphasize this for these other like companies. Like, do not release your game anywhere near GTA 6.
Nah, you can't.
You're not going to see an entertainment property do what GTA 6 is going to do next year.
I almost feel like people are underestimating the impact that GTA 6 is going to have.
That's what I'm saying. If you think that any game has ever done this before, no game is ever going to do what GTA is about to do.
I would not be shocked at all if it's like 25 million copies sold in the first month. I wouldn't be shocked at all.
I mean, I would say you're pushing for when that game hits pre-orders, you know, it's going to make its money back in pre-orders.
Yeah, 100%.
Like 10 million in pre-orders, probably.
Yeah. All they can do is cross their fingers and hope it gets delayed to 2026 at this point.
Yeah. It's going to be insane.
Yeah. It's going to be something. All right. Well, that's going to do it for Nerd Gods Podcast, episode 246. Thank you all so much for joining us. Please remember to subscribe to us over at youtube.com/nerdicgods. You also find us available on all audio platforms. Daniel, anything else you want to say?
I like your glasses. You don't
Oh,
wear
thank
them all
you.
the time.
I didn't even really realize I had them on until like halfway through the show. I was was looking at something on my TV before that. At I don't know, put them on. Whatever. Glasses are here.
I like them.
Professor Counter. I got the glasses on. Identity changes. Smarter.
Yeah,
Wiser.
it's the Clark Kent effect.
Yeah, exactly. Who's you just said that? Who's this guy? Who am I talking to?
Who are you?
Mr. Joe. We'll see you next week, everyone. Bye bye.
Bye, everybody.